The evening was lit by golden hues and the shimmering glow from the Forbes Africa Awards. Hosted on the 8th of March 2023, it was a particularly significant night as it fell on International Women's Day. The Forbes Africa Awards event was the mecca for influential women from across Africa. Setting the tone for the evening was two-time Grammy Award winner Wouter Kellerman. Delivering the opening address was Rakesh Wahi, Vice Chairman of the ABN Group and publisher of Forbes Africa.
Dr. Pandor this morning had talked about the history of the event, but from my perspective, it is a reminder of the historic incongruity that women have faced globally and about a century-long struggle for equality. It is also a day to celebrate the success of each achievement and milestone that has been reached during this journey. I'll tell you a little story. In 1987, long before these conversations started, at a regional, national, or global level, there was a woman in India who started a polytechnic for women in a city called Dehradun, in the foothills of the Himalayas. And at that time, she fought all odds, secured permissions, raised money, got franchises, secured accreditations for programs for this glorious institution that has today educated and prepared over 20,000 women for the workplace. She changed their lives and is today called the mother of that community. I'm proud to say, ladies and gentlemen, that that woman is my mother. I'd like to take a moment to honor the women who have blazed the trail and have built a sound platform to drive transformation. It's common sense that if 50% of the population is women, then the biggest disservice to humanity is to prevent half the world from becoming contributing members of society. Now, there's a question that I have always asked, and I'll do so again today. Is the world changing, or are we making compromises to check boxes? We must ensure that our actions result in geometric progression with sustainable changes for a better future. There's been a lot of talk today. A lot of CEOs and business leaders have talked about their commitment to this cause. Let us see if you can each educate one girl child during the course of your life. You'll make a difference. We look forward to welcoming you all to the Forbes Under 30 Summit being held in Botswana this April. Thank you very much.
The Forbes Woman Africa Awards, now in its 5th year, celebrates the continent's most inspiring women excelling in different sectors and industries across Africa. These are women who have dismantled stereotypes to create a new narrative in entertainment, sport, business, finance, science, and technology. They have challenged authority to bring about change and create a new discourse that will enable future generations to live in a better and more equal world.
The managing editor of Forbes Africa, Renuka Mathel, shares a message with the crowd commencing the awards announcement as the lead of the judging panel.
The Forbes Woman Africa Awards, instituted by the ABN Group, recognizes stellar work on the continent. And for each category, the judging panel and editorial team that I worked with adopted a set of well-entrenched criteria to shortlist deserving nominees. And for the very first category, the Forbes Woman Africa Young Achiever Award, the judging team and I decided that the winner should have achieved transformative change for a greater good of the community and the society she's in. We asked, what is her growth trajectory? What is her purpose? And other awards and recognition are definitely a plus here. The winner should be a trendsetter and inspiration for other young people on the continent.
The 2023 Forbes Woman Africa Young Achievers Award goes to
Michaela Mycroft.
Forbes Woman Africa Young Achiever Award. 28-year-old Michaela Kaylee Mycroft is an ability activist who has been awarded the International Children's Peace Prize in 2011, the Medal of Social Activism from the Nobel Peace Laureates in 2012, and in 2013, she accepted the World of Children Youth Award in New York. In 2015, Kaylee became the first female quadriplegic to summit Mount Kilimanjaro. She's also the first wheelchair athlete in 95 years to finish the iconic 89-kilometer Comrades Marathon. She has completed 4 Comrades Marathons, as well as multiple Cape Town cycle tours.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, thank you so much to Forbes and everybody involved in this. This is an amazing opportunity and experience, and I'm so glad to be sharing this with everybody here. I think I wanted to take this moment to, we've been speaking a lot about trailblazers today, and the disability community lost a trailblazer last week, Judith Human, and she was a phenomenal activist who really brought disability into the mainstream. And I think through our work with the Katie campaign, we also want to bring inclusion and equity into the mainstream for disabled people. And when we talk about equity and embracing equity, I really think it's about understanding and bringing everybody exactly as we are into every conversation that we need to be in, and then we can work together to build the equality that we all talk about. Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, on to the next one, the Forbes Woman Africa Technology and Innovation Award.
The winner of the Technology and Innovation Award is ideally a tech entrepreneur or an innovator or a scientist, and the criteria the team and I employed was to check the background, the years of service, and the footprint across Africa, the impact and scalability of the person's business model. We asked, what is so unique about a technology product or innovative service, and does it solve an existing problem well?
The Forbes Woman Africa Technology and Innovation Award goes to
Fumi Adewara.
Yeah.
Dr. Fumi Adewara is a British-Nigerian physician and Cambridge-trained bioscience entrepreneur and telehealth expert with a background in medicine, pharmaceutical, and business development. Her career spans more than 15 years, working within the NHS UK and a stint in the pharmaceutical industry. Dr. Adewara is passionate about changing the poor narrative of healthcare in underserved communities. Under her leadership, Mobi Health pioneered telehealth in the Nigerian Air Force in 2021, the first of its kind on the continent.
Steve Jobs said, "Those who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are those who actually do." It was the craziest thing to do. Starting a startup company, thank you. Venturing into a startup at such dark moment when I was alone, confused, was the craziest thing in the world. It started off as a dream. And I like to borrow from the quote of one of my favorite quotes from President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She said, "Your dreams must scare you. If your dreams do not scare you, they aren't big enough." And your dreams must exceed your current capacity to achieve them. So my parting word today to any entrepreneur or woman out there is that you are enough. You can do it. Run after your dream. No one has the right, the audacity to stop you without your consent. And before I leave this stage, I must give honor to whom it is due, my mother. She raised me. The values that I imbibed, her sacrifices to give me a quality education, has made it possible for me to stand before you today. So I honor Mrs. Adenike Adewara. She wouldn't ever imagine that her name would be called on a stage like this with phenomenal women sitting here in this audience. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Forbes Africa, for this honor. Thank you.
Our next category of the night is the Forbes Woman Africa Youth Icon Award.
For the Forbes Woman Africa Youth Icon Award, the metrics the team and I employed was that this had to be a person who's a leader among young leaders and who has multiple interests or businesses that make her an inspiring overall role model. Social impact is a big driver for this category, and in this respect, how is she helping bring about change on the continent?
The 2023 Forbes Women Africa Young Icon Award goes to Shamim Nabuma Kalisa.
The Forbes Woman Africa Youth Icon Award. Nabuma Shamim Kalisa is the co-founder and CEO of Chill Group of Companies, one of which uses an artificial intelligence chatbot to extend key chronic disease prevention and treatment services to women in 8 countries in Africa. The fintech company offers instant working capital to food retailers in Africa, the Middle East, North America, and Europe, using an artificial intelligence chatbot. She has won multiple awards as a young entrepreneur to watch from Africa, In 2020, she was also listed among the 100 most young influential Africans using technology to change societies.
I'm so honored to receive this award. This award has come at a special moment in my life. As a young entrepreneur, I've faced so much opposition from my own people, but this award goes to all those young women out there who have been opposed and have failed to say no. And I'm so happy, and I would love to thank the Forbes team for giving me such an award. And I would love to thank the person who has supported me. I would love to thank my team, that being an entrepreneur is not easy, but the hard work that we have in our company and everything, I'm really grateful for you. And also to my husband who has supported me all this way. There are men who support their women. Big up to you. Happy Women's Day, everyone.
But let's move on. And our next category is the Forbes Woman Africa Academic Excellence Award. Let's hear a bit more about it.
For the Forbes Woman Africa Academic Excellence Award, the team and I looked at nominees with an outstanding academic track record. And is this person investing her time and energy in furthering scholarship and research? The individual also needs to impart her knowledge and skills. So this award seeks to identify and recognize a female leader who serves as an inspiration to other young people.
All right, the Forbes Woman Africa Academic Excellence Award 2023 goes to Rabia Johnson.
Forbes Woman Africa Academy Excellence Award. Professor Rabia Johnson is the Co-Deputy Director and Chief Specialist Scientist of the Biomedical Research and Innovation Platform at the South African Medical Research Council. She is a National Research Foundation C2-rated scientist who has authored over 80 manuscripts in peer-reviewed articles. She has positioned herself as an established researcher in non-communicable diseases. Combining her research with her passion for developing young black scientists, she has contributed significantly to the scientific and professional development of young researchers.
Thank you very much. I'm actually speechless, and I would like to say thank you to the Almighty God for allowing us all to be here. I would also like to say thank you to the Forbes team for giving us a platform, for allowing these beautiful young pioneering women, giving African women a platform and a voice. And for that I say thank you very much. But then the thank goes to my mom, who says you will fall, but you must get up again. And you must move on. Be a trailblazer, but don't do what you did the last time when you fell down. Just get up and move on, and always pushing me and pushing me. So for that, Mom Farida Johnson, I would like to say thank you very much. This one is for you and for every single mom, because what I heard today and what I can take home is that most ladies who were on the stage today was saying behind them was their mom. And for every single mom out there, this one is for you. Thank you.
Another exciting award that we're going to, and that's the World Award in Sports. And as quoted by the UN Women, sports has the power to change lives.
Our next award in the sports category always throws up exemplary nominees that makes it so hard to choose for the judging panel. Previous winners for this category have included Caster Semenya, the South African Olympic swimmer Tatiana Schoenmaker, and Kenyan Olympic athlete Helen Obiri. This year, the team and I looked at sports leaders who've had significant milestones in the past year and been part of important competitions around the world.
And the Forbes Africa Woman winner for the Sports Award is Salima Mukasanga.
Forbes Woman Africa Sports Award. Salima Mukansanga is making a name on the continent as a female football referee. In 2022, she was picked by FIFA as one of the first 3 women referees to officiate at a men's World Cup in Qatar. The first time the tournament had women in the role in its 92-year history. Last January, she became the first woman to referee a match at the Men's Africa Cup of Nations, and she also officiated at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Before working in sport, she trained as a midwife.
The moment I've been standing in the field of play, I was feeling a bit scared. But before I entered the field, I got many messages, told me, you are strong enough, you are going to make it. And I made it because of those messages. 99% of the people sending me message were the women. It means they supported me. And the big support from a woman like you, it doubles the chance to win. Thank you to every woman who supported me. Even if she doesn't know me, it doesn't matter. I support a woman because if I win, it's not Salima Mukansanga from Rwanda. It's each and every woman, especially African woman, who wanted to reach higher, like me. I dedicate this award to each and every young girl who have a dream to reach higher, no matter what. Thanks to Forbes, I have never get an award and be standing in front of people because our award, it used to be in the field of play. So Forbes, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much for Forbes. Thank you so much for each and everyone who sees me that I can make it, and I made it because of you all. Thank you so much.
The next award of the night is the Forbes Woman Africa Entertainer Award.
The next category relates to the Forbes Woman Africa Entertainer of the Year Award, and last year's winner was none other than 5-time Grammy Award-winning Angelique Kidjo. So the bar has been set, indeed, very, very high, and the previous year it was Elsa Majimbo, and this year too we looked at the record-breaking feats of the nominees in this category. What made them shine on the world stage? That was a deciding factor. And this category is truly reserved for the global African icon. I love her song, Jerusalema. This is Nomsebo Zikori.
Forbes Woman Africa Entertainer Award. The South African singer-songwriter Nomsebo Zikori gained worldwide popularity with a stunning Grammy gong this year for Best Global Music Performance alongside Zakes Bantwini and Vota Kellerman for the hit single Bayete. She worked with Master KG on the 2019 hit single Jerusalema that was later remixed by Burna Boy. The The song debuted at #1 on the Billboard music charts. The foot-tapping Jerusalema became an anthem in South Africa and across the world as a feel-good song during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this. I'm nervous to talk. I don't even know what to say. I know that many of you, when you see us, you always think that everything is just fleshy, the life is all good and all of that. But to tell you the honest truth, there's so much that is happening in this industry. When I'm saying so much, I'm talking about going through so much. Like, you see, the industry is very stressful. So for me as a woman, to be recognized by big people or big brands such as Forbes, I'm feeling so grateful. I'm feeling honored. Thank you so much for recognizing my talent. You know, whenever things are not happening, I always sing this song that says, Zungi kumbule nkosi yami, Zungi kumbule nkosi yami, Zungi kumbule nkosi yami, Zungi kumbule nkosi yami. And right now, I really feel that uNkulunkulu ngikhumbulile. Kuthiwa uyayithatha into engelutho ayiphakamise. Ungiphakamisile njengamanje bengeke ngikwazi ukufika la ngaphandle kwakhe. Konke lokhu kungamandla akhe. Lena nginika yena. I'm giving this to him, to the mighty God. Thank you so much to all of you.
And what a powerful evening it's been so far. And the good news is that it's not over yet. There's 2 more to go before we wrap up the stellar night. Up next is the Forbes Woman Africa Businesswoman Award.
Good evening, everybody. I'm happy to welcome you to this wonderful event, the Forbes Leading Women Summit. But now, I'm sure you're wondering what I'm doing here. Well, I'm here to tell you the good news. This year, McDonald's South Africa has partnered with Forbes Woman Africa as the headline sponsor of the Women Summit. The partnership between McDonald's South Africa and Forbes Leading Women Summit is one that speaks to synergy and the beliefs that both organizations hold when it comes to diversity, equity, inclusion, as well as women empowerment. McDonald's South Africa believes in platforms that foster dialogue amongst female leaders to cross-weave their knowledge and drive socio-economic change. We believe that we have the responsibility and opportunity to bridge the gap and play our part in ensuring that women are offered equal job opportunities and inclusion. At McDonald's South Africa, we pride ourselves with the growth in numbers when it comes to women representation within the organization. Out of our staff complement, 61% of our staff are women, 40% of which are in leadership positions. 64% of our restaurant managers are women. We embrace this opportunity to drive meaningful progress and to do so by collaborating with like-minded organizations, in this instance, Forbes Woman Africa. We know our efforts can drive real change, so they become tomorrow's standard. It's an ongoing effort, and we're always looking forward to what's next. This evening is not about talking facts and numbers, but one to acknowledge and celebrate women who are making strides in their respective fields and impacting lives while doing so. With this said, we'd like to congratulate all those who are nominated and those who will be receiving awards this evening. We wish you all the best, as you are the drivers of change in society. Enjoy your evening, and God bless you.
The Businesswoman of the Year award is a very important category, and for this award, The editorial team and I sifted through several important names of women in business. The criteria was very simple. They had to be formidable industry leaders running hugely successful enterprises, and those who have gone where no one has gone before. They make tough, hard-hitting decisions and have sustainably grown their businesses, creating jobs and contributing to wealth creation on the continent.
The Forbes Woman Award for 2023 is Nonkululeko Gobodo.
Nonkululeko Gobodo is the CEO of Awaken Global. She's the former chairman and founder of Sizwe Nsaluba Gobodo, now SNG Grand Fund, the largest black auditing and accounting firm and the 5th largest in South Africa. Ms. Nonkululeko is the first black African woman to qualify as a chartered accountant in South Africa. She's regarded as a pioneer and also serves on the boards of PPC Limited and Shoprite Holdings, which are listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange.
Wow, what an evening, what an evening. I want to dedicate this award to all the women of the world as we struggle to end gender inequality. Especially all the mothers, single and married. I was a single mother for many years. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I really don't wish that on anyone. I want to remember today, Dr. Thandi Ndlovu. Remember that famous cover? When she passed away, it was circulating everywhere. And I kept saying, I'm not dead, please, I'm not dead. To you, Dr. Thandi, because you'll be here with us today. Thank you, Forbes! Thank you, Forbes! Thank you, Forbes!
And that brings us to the culminating award of the night. Who will win the 2023 Forbes Woman Africa Lifetime Achievement Award? This is presented by the Macallan brand. Let's listen in.
The recipient of the Forbes Woman Africa Lifetime Achievement Award exemplifies the highest ongoing commitment in their chosen sectors and fields. Past winners have included names like Wendy Luhabe and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The judging panel chooses a winner who's truly exceptional and respected by all, and they could be in business, society, arts, sports, or public life. The winner is a visionary leader and continues to be a phenomenal force, having developed the next generation of leaders and continuing to do so. This award will sum up her work over a lifetime as she continues to forge ahead, inspiring change.
And the Forbes Africa Woman Lifetime Achiever Award 2023 goes to Gloria Sirube and Louisa Mujela.
Forbes Woman Africa Lifetime Achievement Award. Gloria Sirube and Louisa Mujela need no introduction. They are the powerhouses, always at the forefront of change. In 1994, they helped co-found the Women Investment Portfolio Holdings, or WIPHOLD, in a democratic South Africa, creating an investment vehicle to empower women. WIPHOLD was the first woman-owned and led company to be listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. WIPHOLD is regarded by many and its peers as a pioneer, role model, and trailblazer on women empowerment issues. Both these winners tonight have won multiple awards and recognition for their exceptional work to uplift and develop underprivileged people in South Africa. Their work is ongoing and their commitment incomparable.
Program Director, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It gives me great pleasure and gratitude, really, to receive this award and recognition from Forbes Woman Africa, particularly on this special day, which is the International Women's Day. It is really beautiful to see all the women in this room today as part of celebrating International Women's Day. To all the women in the world, particularly the women in our most beautiful continent of Africa, our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunties, our sisters, our daughters, our granddaughters, I say to all of you, let us never tire to illuminate our world so that it can continue to shine brighter. Of course, I cannot forget the men in my life, my husband, my son, my two beautiful grandsons. I say to them, thank you very much for giving me the space to pursue my business dreams, and thank you.
Our privilege as we polled was that our path was cleared by these powerful women in politics because there was no business game at the time. And so when we started, some of them were still alive. Omangati Meng, Omamsimang, Omakota, Omasisulu, all of them. Sophie Brain, Omambetha. So we had a point of reference. We had, there were people who were scared to fail them. It was important that we have to succeed at all costs. We appreciate them, we thank them, and we'll always be grateful to them. But we hope to play that same role for the next woman in business, that they can look at us and be scared to fail us. Integrity, ethics, we have to stress a lot of those things in South Africa lately. Don't steal. If the deal fails, go away. Don't try other things. Try to be sustainable. Not everybody is going to be a billionaire. Just do it right. And I hope your point of reference will always be WIPOLD, because we're here because we did take no shortcuts.
Wow, what a day.
Mrs. Roberta Naika, the Managing Director of the ABN Group, closes off the awards evening with her vote of thanks, concluding another successful Forbes Africa Awards event, the 8th annual of its kind.
My hearty congratulations to all the winners and the nominees. It's just been such a phenomenal day for all of us at the ABN Group and the female stalwarts we always celebrate on our platforms, CNBC Africa and Forbes Africa. Tonight, you have all arrived from the far corners of the continent and the world. You have arrived from different contexts, different cultures, but yet we have synergized our energies and we share a common vision, and that is to set the agenda and shape the woman in leadership narrative on the African continent. And it is on this exact week, actually, in March of 2020, that we had come to face one of the most catastrophic pandemics of our time. And after a 2-year hiatus, denying us the opportunity to gather in person to celebrate the accomplishments of all the extraordinary women from Africa, I'm sure that we can agree that the energy that filled the room this evening was more powerful than ever before. The mere fact that we can sit here in one place, considering all the trials that we have faced over the past few years, is a true testimony of our resilience and our perseverance. And as the world faces a barrage of problems, the Forbes Woman Africa Leading Women Summit is a platform for the women finding solutions, the women pushing the envelope to make a better place, from the woman who walks kilometers for their own basic needs to the CEOs of their own startups. We acknowledge the role all women play to make the world work. The boldness of the women in the past, the boldness of women in the past to demand a better world is something today's generations should preciously hold on to and never take for granted. We must be audacious enough to believe a better world is possible. And while we celebrate women, it is also a time for us to reflect on what we as a continent face with, and as another pandemic, and that is the gender inequality with gender-based violence. This pandemic not only will cost our economies, but it will also impede the progress of humanity in every corner of the world. The economic empowerment of women is an important pillar of our struggle to end inequality. We have recognized and understood that unequal access to resources and economic opportunity makes it more difficult for women to escape situations of abuse and violence. So today and every day, we mourn the women who have lost their lives to gender-based violence. And ultimately, we know that we are stronger if we come together as one. And at this summit and the awards evening today, we know the women present and the women in this room do not just ask who is invited to have a seat at the table, but we ask who is left behind.
As we come to an end to this special broadcast of the Forbes Africa Awards, we are proud to solidify some of the biggest names on the continent as winners in the Forbes Africa Hall of Fame. The winners and nominees of each category carry the true values of the Forbes Africa brand. The glitz and glamour of the evening, although impressive, was dominated by each winner's tear-inducing motivational speeches. Their words of encouragement showed that no matter your age, circumstance, or physical ability, dreams do really come true.